Hey, well, welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm out here in Utah. I just left the Salt Lake area and I'm heading towards Nevada in through Wendover. I'll probably stop in Wells tonight and then I'm going to head on up into Idaho. But I decided to come along this route right here because there's a lot of old railroad stops and ghost towns out here. And I don't know how many I can get into, but we're going to try to get into as many as we can before we get into Nevada. Right now, I'm in an old truck stop. It was called Teddy Bear. It's in Tempe. Tempe Springs is right here. I'm going to swing the detector and see if we can't find anything. The service station is long gone, old truck stop, but I don't know what's out here, but we'll kind of look around and see what's going on out here. But hey, if you guys enjoy these videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, hey, sure appreciate you guys. If you're one of my Patreons, hey, thanks for supporting the channel. But anyways, let's just see if we can find anything cool and let's get it swinging. And hey, thanks for coming.
Load up the truck, it's time to roll. The heart's so wild and a come and go. Chasing the goal, we're ready for the thrill. Through mountains.
Today, I'm going to be using the Minelab Equinox 800. I've got the larger coral on it, the 11-inch. Should probably put a smaller one on it, but I'm going to try the 11-inch just because I can get a little more depth and cover a little more area. Probably a lot of trash out here, and so the smaller one would probably come in more handy. But I'm going to start out with this one. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, here's everything I dug. Looks like maybe melted aluminum, maybe. Looks like some of this, maybe the place burnt down. And that's why there's melted aluminum. I don't know what this here is. Pop metal maybe of some sort. A weight off a vehicle. So you know there was vehicles here in an old mason jar lid. But man, that thing is heavy. It is heavy, which tells me there might be something inside of it, but it is awful heavy for just being a little lid. Unless it's full of dirt or unless it's full of something else. But anyway, so I'll hold on to that and bust this open later on, but that is awful heavy for its size. But anyways, that's what I found. Well, nothing good found here, so I guess I will move on and see if I can come to the next location. So hey, let's get it rolling. I don't even dare metal detect this. There's so much trash around here. Looks like just an old bottle dump, can dump. This was probably the dump for the little town they had here. I'll just walk around, see what I can find here. That one's intact. That one's intact. That one's intact. What is that? Sale. This bottle, half a pint. Smirnoff. That Crown, I thought it was Crown Royal. Something, looks like that's a Smirnoff. Huh, cool. It's not busted up anyways. Pepsi bottle is busted. Bummer. Too bad bottles like these with the handles on them have to be busted all up. have been a cool little one. Cool little bottle. Wonder if that's gold inlaid on that. If that's gold. Don't know, huh? I have to keep that and check that out. Probably get an idea of dates by stuff like that. Research that. That'd give you an idea, I guess, of when this was around. That was a weird one, huh? Weird bottle. That's got to be a little older. That's got a thick ass bottom on that thing. Don't know what that is. An anchor, maybe it looks like. This here's kind of cool. It's got a screen on it. Don't know what that was. Maybe top of a candle or something? I don't know. That's kind of cool. Almost looks like somebody's been out here and like turned up some of these piles or raked them or something. They were looking for something. Wonder what they were looking for. It's like, it's another one, another full one intact. They're twist tops, so they're not corked. Now, if you're bored one day, just research the old Coke bottles that they made for the Army, I think it was in 42, 43. They had Santa Claus on the bottles, the Coke bottles. See what those things are worth. See this one here, it got hot. It melted. Probably a Coke bottle. That's probably about as close as you'll come to one being intact right there. Should be having gloves on when I'm playing with this here. It was a full one once upon a time and broke apart. Nice bit of California. Oh, there's another one of those things. Huh, I wonder what they were. That may have been like maybe an ink bottle. Maybe not. It's black. Is that a little mini bottle? Made in USA. 56, 55. That would have been the guess I would have made of this area. What's this? Huh, that's kind of weird. It's like a plunger of some sort. It's heavy. Huh. I don't know what that is. I wonder if that's went together there. It almost looks like a... Yeah, maybe not. Maybe. I think if you came in with a rake and raked some of this area away, you know, cleared off some of this area, dig down in there, you might find some cool stuff. But yeah, here, walking around bottle dumps. Should always check like inside the bushes and stuff like that. That's probably where you'll find the better stuff at. The reason I say that for is because a lot of times people come out here and they'll just shoot this stuff or bust it up, but they don't see the stuff that's hidden inside the bushes. So there's probably a glass, maybe a Coke glass. These almost look like the tall shot glasses. Well, I think the only thing this is home to now is probably the Wolverines or something. Whoever lives in these holes right there. What do you think that was? Another bottle. Probably not old at all. Probably Heinz 57 or something like that. Steak sauce. There's all the cool stuff I found. Well, this little place was called Dell. And if you look on the maps, it shows you it's on this side. It's on the north side of the highway. But the town that is showing you now, what left of the town, just a little small little town, it is on the south side of the highway. So this is where the old part used to be over here, the old town, the old ghost town. I don't know how big it was, but whether it may have even been a railroad stop, because you got the railroad right there. So that's possible it was a railroad stop here. Later on, I'll show you how I'm finding all of this type of stuff, though. It's quite interesting. Pretty easy to find these old places here, but, well, I guess I'm off to the next location. Let's go see if we can get to another one. Well, this was one of them markings of the towns, or railroad stops or whatever, but I don't see no evidence of anything being here. Some scrape marks. I don't think that's some old tin. Pieces of wood. What do you think that was? It's like a door off of something, huh? Cast iron stove, maybe? Or maybe off a train. Think that's off a train? That's kind of cool, huh? Generally, places like this would have, your dumps. You got to find tin cans and stuff like that. You got to find all the tin cans. I think maybe there's one. Oh, see, there's a couple of them. Okay. And see this right here. There's your lead solder right there. So that was late 1800s, early 1900s. There. More cans there. More buried stuff right there. Bunch of buried stuff right there. Well, maybe this is where it was then. Maybe this is it, what's left. And the railroad's right there. Well, maybe I ought to get a detector out and just swing for a moment, I guess. I think maybe the heel off a boot or a shoe. Probably a boot, the heel off one. So it's ringing up a 22. Looks like maybe it's some type of a snap or a button. That's what it is. It's a button. Huh, a metal button. It's got writings on it. I'll have to clean that up a little later and see what that says. That's pretty cool. There wasn't a lot here. Some of those cans, but that button was kind of cool. It's hard to say exactly where this town, site really was. It could have been on the other side of this little dirt road, closer to the train tracks. Could be a little further down. Say there's pieces of wood and tin around here. So it's really hard to say without really exploring this area more to get a better idea. But I don't want to spend too much time here. So I'm going to continue on. See if there's another one up there. I tried to get to another one. I drove down the dirt road and I didn't want to continue down the dirt road, so I flipped around. Some of these, and pulling this big ass trailer, it's hard to get to. And I'm on this dirt road here. I gotta go further down and find a way to turn around, but hopefully I can anyways. But well, let's continue on. On the map it does show two names for this town. well, it's not two names, but it shows the name on both sides of the track. So it's hard to say if I was in the right one or not. But generally, the double tracks, where they had a spot to pull off at, is where the railroad stops would be at. It's a vast open area up there, though. I know that. Well, it's shown on the map that this old town should be right here, but I don't really see no remnants. This has been flooded out. This has had water on it, so if this was part of the town, it's probably gone by now. Well, the town is gone by now, but any remnants of it or evidence of it being there is probably gone. Down there looks like some cement foundations where it's been scraped together or something. Maybe that was part of it. Well, I guess I won't be doing any detecting here. This was the last stop that I know of. There might be a couple little dinky ones further off the highway, but nothing that I wanted to stop at. So anyways, I guess that was my my little journey, my little adventure, as I guess you'd call it. But all right, anyways, I did find one cool thing. That button, that was cool. Oh yeah, I was going to show you how I find these rail stops in ghost towns. I got to do that. I got to show you how I finding this type of stuff. No special recreation management area. Fee station and information. Really? They want you to pay to go up in here? Give me a frickin' break. Guess there's a little box you're supposed to pay. What a joke. Well, I'm not really sure where this old town was. They probably have all the evidence has probably been long gone. It's hard to say. Guess you can spend more time here and investigate it, but heck, I don't want to spend any more time here. I got other things to do. One thing I like to use is these Treasure Atlas books. This here one here is volume 9. It's a 10-volume set. Of course, now I was looking in Utah, and if you go to Utah, they'll show you all of, so see, I was traveling right here along this interstate, and they'll show you all these numbers, and then you just look at the numbers, and they'll tell you like ghost town and how far it is, and or sometimes like a Mormon treasure said to value of $500,000 was reportedly buried in an abandoned well during an Indian attack in the Great Salt Lake Desert, about 4 miles northeast of Knowles. So anyway, I stopped at a lot of these places here along the way. That's one thing that I use. I use topo maps on the other ones also. They're good too. If you can download a topo map onto your phone, I'll show you the topo maps here too. But that's how I locate a lot of these stops, railroad stops in Ghost Town to metal detect along the highways or on my journey as I travel. I'm going to Idaho next, so I'll break out the Idaho set next. Well, that's the end of this here. My next stop now is into Nevada. So anyways, that was my little tour, I guess, metal detecting of some of these railroad stops and old ghost towns. But anyways, it was kind of fun. I always just enjoy getting out and looking for treasures and metal detecting. Just in itself, it's pretty fun. But anyways, I want to thank you guys coming along and sharing on these adventures. So, hey, until our paths cross again, you guys all be safe. Take care. See you, bye.
Load up a truck, it's time to roll with hearts so climb every hill with the sun on our backs. We take our stand, uncovering treasures buried in this land. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. With metal detectors singing in the breeze, we dig for the fortune, uncovering keys. With a gold pan in hand, we sift through the dirt. Each little glimmer makes our hearts surge. By the firelight's glow, while laughter rings, as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. While the firelight's glow, our laughter rings, as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams we'll go far. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. Never alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams we'll go far.